In this video, we'll take a look at new features and enhancements that are included in version 2.4 of the AOPA Flight Planner. In this version, we've improved the METAR and TAF overlays to make them more useful, and we have combined the fuel along route and airports along route overlays to enhance their functionality. This new combined overlay includes filters, which help narrow down the list of airports along a route when selecting a fuel or rest stop on longer flights. This version also includes a new user feedback tool. Now, AOPA Flight Planner users can help direct the new feature development process by submitting and voting for new features and enhancements. We'll take a closer look at all of these features in this video. If you want to jump to a particular section of the video, jump links have been included in the video description. Let's get started. In previous versions of the AOPA Flight Planner, the METAR and TAF overlays required a high zoom ratio before reporting station icons would be visible. This really constrained the visible chart region to a local area view. In addition, the icons themselves were relatively small and difficult to see. In version 2.4, we've enhanced these overlays to allow the reporting station icons to be viewable at any zoom factor, and made the icon size much larger for easier visibility. To turn on the METAR and TAF overlay, click on the Overlays button in the top right, expand the weather group, and select either the METAR or TAF overlay at the bottom. As we can see here, the weather reporting station icons for the entire country are clearly visible. Since showing all the reporting stations for a large area would create a clutter issue, a technique called clustering is used that reduces the number of visible reporting stations. Zooming in will reveal more reporting stations. The icon colors reflect the current conditions. Green is VFR, blue is marginal VFR, red is IFR, and magenta is low IFR. Hovering your mouse over the reporting station will display the raw METAR or TAF text. Clicking on the reporting station icon will open a pop-up window that contains the current METAR as well as past METARs. Viewing past METARs can be helpful for establishing a trend of weather conditions. This makes it easier to determine if the conditions are generally improving or deteriorating over time. The METAR text can be converted from raw to translated by clicking on the appropriate tab at the top. The next new feature we'll look at is the new Airports and Fuel Along Route overlay. With a long route loaded, we can see one of the features we introduced in version 2.3, the predictive fuel warnings. This feature color codes the route line based on fuel reserves. As a refresher, the yellow section represents 90 to 60 minutes of fuel reserves, and the red section represents less than 60 minutes of fuel. These calculations include winds aloft forecast, the aircraft fuel burn rates for climb, cruise, and descent. Together with the fuel along route overlay, this can be very helpful for locating the best fuel prices along your planned route. In this new version, we've combined the fuel along route and airports along route overlays to make them even more useful together. In addition to combining the overlays, we have also added filters to the control panel to allow you to filter out all the airports along your route based on your preferences for an intermediate stop. Accessing this new overlay is the same as prior versions. Open the Overlays menu, expand the Airports group, and select the Airports and Fuel Along Route overlay. The new overlay control panel includes options to display fuel prices or airport identifiers. Below these two options, you'll see a link to expand the new Filters section. Expanding this panel displays a list of filters to aid in selecting specific options at airports along your route. Certain filters are enabled by default since they are common across most users. By using the various filters, we can narrow down the airports along route. The more filters selected, the fewer airports will be displayed. As an example, we'll first select a minimum runway length of 4,000 feet. We can see that a few of the airports have been eliminated from the route corridor. Next, let's select the rental cars filter, and we can see that even more airports have been removed. The last filter we'll select is Restaurant on Field. Now we can see the list has been reduced to just a few airports that match our filtered criteria. It looks like KLOZ, London Corbin Airport, meets our criteria for an intermediate stop and is within the 90 to 60 minutes of fuel reserve. To reset the default filters at any time, use the Reset Defaults link at the bottom of the control panel. This restores all of the filters to their default state. The final new feature we'll look at in this version is a new feedback tool that allows users to contribute to the future development of the AOPA Flight Planner by submitting feature ideas, concepts, or enhancements, and vote for topics submitted by other users. This will help our development team prioritize the creation of new features based on the vote popularity of new ideas. To access the feedback tool, click on the Feedback button in the top menu bar on the right. This will open a window where you can submit bug reports directly to our tech support team or submit ideas for new features to the product team. We'll click on Submit Feedback to show the new feedback tool. The pop-up window that first appears is a summary screen that shows the top 5 feature requests based on the total number of votes. You can click on the titles of the topics to see the details of the idea. You can also contribute additional information to existing ideas and log your vote for ideas you're interested in. By clicking the Home icon in the top left of the feedback site, you can browse the entire list of submitted ideas. It's recommended that you always begin by conducting a search for ideas that are similar to yours before submitting a new topic. This is very helpful as it keeps all of the related information grouped together under one common topic and tallies the votes correctly versus having several similar topics all receiving just a few votes each. We hope you found these new features helpful, and be sure to click the subscribe button to be alerted when we post new videos. As always, thanks for watching.